This video is going to show you how you can drag your images, your letters, over to the background. It's going to cover how you can line them up, keep them nice and straight and even. So what you should have open before you start this process is you should have all of the letters open along with your background. You are going to drag the pictures from the blotter down onto the thumbnail in the photo bin. So you are going to use the Move tool, and it's up here. The shortcut is the letter V, and you are going to make sure the photo bin is exposed, and you are going to drag each letter down on top of the thumbnail. It's very important that you drag them from the blotter to the photo bin, the thumbnail in the photo bin. If you drag them from the photo bin up into the background, which would be on the blotter, it's not going to be the right size. Now, you may only see one at a time, but it's not to say that they delete each other. It's just that they are stacked one on top of another. If I right click in this space, I can enlarge them slightly so you can see them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Also, if I use the Move tool, you can see that I can drag them around and get them out of each other's way a little bit. So what you're going to do is just roughly map out where these letters are going, get a rough idea about where they would look best. I have two E's. I've decided to put the wood one on the right and the white one on the left, and you decide which way you want these B's to go. So now I need to straighten them out, keep the same space in between. And the way that I set up this background size, I should have a 1/2 inch on the top and the bottom, and I should have a 1/2 inch on the side and a 1/2 inch in between each of these letters. So I'm going to put a grid on this so I can have that as a reading. So you're going to go up to View and Grid. So the grid here is a 1/4 inch grid. So each of these squares is a 1/4 inch. I'm going to zoom in on just one corner over here. And to zoom in, you can use the Zoom tool, and you're going to drag a window just like that. So now you can see it really, really close. Go back to the Move tool, and then I can move this around, and it should feel like it kind of snaps into that grid. 2 spaces from the left, 2 spaces from the top. Now I pushed down the space bar. The space bar changes it to a hand tool, and the hand tool will allow me to drag the view around, so I don't have to zoom back out and move to a different spot. And if I let go of the space bar, it automatically goes right back to the previous tool that I was using. So the space bar is the shortcut for the hand tool, and the hand tool allows you to move the view around. So it's a quick way to kind of move around. Now I'm not paying attention to how, if I'm lined up with the bottom of this this picture plane, because if the top is lined up, then the bottom should be lined up. And if I drag this all the way to the end, to the last letter, the letter E, I should automatically have 2 spaces left over at the end, which I do. So now I'm going to hit Command 0 to get it back to see the full screen, and you can see it's all pretty much set up. I'm going to hit View and go to Grid again, and that's going to get rid of the grid. So they're all lined up and they're all straight. So if I wanted to change anything around, I can certainly use the Move tool and move them around, put the grid back on so they're nice and straight. Okay, the last video is going to take these tiles of these letters, these pictures, and it's going to go through a couple of the layer styles that you can apply to it, such as a shadow, a bevel, a glow. So we'll go through that, and that's the last step of this project. So see you in a bit.